Buhari backs Ameachi as minister tackles Gambari over multi-million naira contract. Hello, my amazing family. It's a full-time job, believing in yourself. No days off. Please don't forget to give us a like or thumbs up if this is the first time. Thank you. I call this battle interest, not battle of competency as presented. Amechi have interest, which did not have much coverage, but Gambari have interest, which carried others along, even the Oga of the nation. The president may not have money interest, but relation interest, hence the family of Gambari is interested. The relation between Mr. President and Gambari family is too deep, as much that their interests on any national contract must win presidential consideration. So Amishi should adjust his bet so that he lose. Opt all. Regarding competency, A and B are close neighbors. It is more devastating that most of these people into the magnitude of corruption stealing are the appointed. This is not to say the voted ones are left out of the massive stealing to deliberately to keep the poor permanently impoverished. I just wonder at what point will God bring them all to public disgrace for stealing the little ones that belongs to the poor. No wonder Idris sang the song Nigeria Jaga Jaga. And I never start the fight too. Even Amechi's presidential aspirant hope of APC involving is a shade procurement. I'm even still wondering exactly what this Gambari is looking for again in life. Upon the name he has made in the United Nations, still Nigeria bad political blood is still in him. It's pushing him to soil his ends. He don't want to emulate people like Emeka Anyanko or Oga Kofi Anna. Anyway, let's see how he will end this dance. A premium Times investigation based on leaked confidential memos and interviews with sources showed how the president and the minister awarded a security-sensitive contract to two unqualified companies. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has accused President Muhammadu Buhari, Chief of Staff Ibrahim Gambari, of interference with the procurement process in his ministry, the latest such skirmish between senior officers in the Buhari administration. The accusation was the minister's response to Mr. Gambari's apparent insistence on the adoption of an international competitive bidding exercise to engage contractors for the implementation of the International Cargo Tracking Notes (ICTN) scheme domiciled in the Nigeria Shippers Council under Mr. Amechi's supervision. A Premium Times investigation based on leaked confidential memos and interviews with sources showed how the president and the minister awarded the security sensitive contract to two companies, MedTech Scientific Limited and Rosie International Limited, in which that breached the procurement law and caused the Bureau of Public Procurement to complain about lack of due process. Please don't forget to give us a like or thumbs up if this is the first time. Thank you. Mr. Amechi was able to circumvent due process and got Mr. Buhari to approve the contract, brushing aside BPP's advice that only a competitive bidding exercise was appropriate. BPP said the contractors were handpicked instead of a process that would have allowed interested companies locally and internationally to compete. Premium Times understand that Mr. Gambari, on the strength of a BPP's memo decrying the embarrassing process followed by Mr. Buhari and Mr. Ameachi, has still been desirous of causing a reversal. In a memo dated October 14th and addressed to the President, Mr. Amechi said the Chief of Staff had consistently sought to impose his interest on issues relating to procurement process in his ministry, making it official that he had evidence the Chief of Staff was not acting in the public interest but to benefit from the contract through proxies. Mr. Meshi told Mr. Buhari that Mr. Gambari's daughter, Bikiso Gambari, approached him for the contract. I am particularly concerned that his opposition to my ministry's initiative in respect of the ICT and scheme has increased in tempo after the visit of a certain Miss Bikiso Gambari at his behest to my office with appearance to solicit for the award of this same ICT and contract, which request was not granted, Mr. Amechi said in his letter to the President. It would appear to me that it was the desire to satisfy multiple partners, such as those referenced above, that has led to the Chief of Staff's continued advocacy and advice that these sensitive contracts is split into several tranches with multiple service providers, even against standard practice in several jurisdictions. Please don't forget to give us a like or thumbs up if this is the first time. Thank you. He requested that Mr. Gambari refrain from interfering with the procurement process of his ministry and the agencies in the interest of service harmony. In view of the foregoing, I respectfully solicit Your Excellency's intervention and directives in respect of the following matters. 1. That the procurement process, as earlier approved by Mr. Excellency, should continue and be concluded by the Federal Ministry of Transportation, Nigeria Shippers Council. Mr. Gambari did not honor a request for comment. A text to his phone was not replied. Mr. Amechi's letter was received at the office of the President on October 15th, and subsequently the President noted and once again approved the continuation of the procurement process, which the BPP said was flawed. In a way that suggests humiliation, the President directed Mr. Gambari to reply to Mr. Amechi and assure him that Mr. Buhari had noted his complaint and approved that the procurement should continue. The early memo reads, "I write to forward reference A to you to draw your kind attention to Mr. President's notation of your prayers in para 5.1 refraining Mr. Gambari and approval of 2. Continuation of the projects on page 2. Submitted for your kind action, please." The two contractors awarded the shipping tracking scheme contract have no record of work in the area. Medtech is a healthcare company and Rosie is a property development firm. BPP said Mr. Amechi did not submit their profiles to enable the procurement agency to determine their competence. What a world we find ourselves when the rich get richer and the poor nothing to talk about. Gambari's daughter fighting for a contract with the Minister of whatsoever. Please don't forget to give us a like and please hit on the notification button for more authentic news. I remain number one news blog. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.